What's up, what's up? Welcome back. All right, we are going over to look at, I'm gonna meet Angel over there. I'm gonna go look at another potential flip. This one is intriguing because it is in Old Town. It's in a hot area. It just popped up, so I gotta rush over here and look at it before someone else swoops in to get it. And we're gonna see what we can do. Right now, it is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, supposedly. And I don't wanna go here, I wanna go around this. And we got to figure out a way to get 2 more bedrooms and another bathroom minimum into this house without having to add on to the existing envelope, meaning an addition or a second story. So we're gonna try and figure that out. It does have sort of a basement, but it sounds like more of a cellar. That's why you go and look at all these. So I'm gonna zoom on over there, take a peek, see what we got, and then run back into my office and run some numbers and see if it's feasible. So stay tuned, let's go see what we got. All right, so we are, or I am at least, here at the property. And I'm walking through it, and it looks like it's supposed to be vacant, but it's not vacant. Clearly someone is living here. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and I'm trying to figure out where the bedroom's at. Here's our bathroom. Shower, toilet, sink. I mean, obviously all that stuff changes. What I'm trying to figure out is how we add on square foot. There is a pseudo basement. It's more of a cellar. We'll go down there in a minute. I'm not seeing where a bedroom would go. This is kitchen, living room. That's it upstairs. Weird. The trick here is it's in a really hot area, super expensive homes. Some over $1 million very easily. This one obviously would not be one of those, but depending on bedroom bath configuration, we could be mid-7s all day long. But based on listing information, this is not accurate. So we've got, I mean, what in the Sam is going on? Either someone's hoarding a bunch of stuff or there's someone living here. Check this out. That'll keep you out, right? One way or the other. All right, so let's venture down into the pseudo basement. This is more like a cellar. You guys can see in here. This is all CMU wall, stem wall. That's concrete masonry units. That's how this house was built. Here is your bedroom. It's down here. So that technically will work based on depth and ceiling height. We just barely make it, and we have an egress window. Technically it's a bedroom. It just happens to be downstairs. So here's the thing. I mean, we're listed at 400 grand. Somebody is gonna take that or more pretty quickly. But you got to wrap your head around what's got to happen in order to make this livable. You can't actually have the bedroom in the basement with no bedroom upstairs. That's really not going to be functional. It's not going to work. We've got some undersized, I know they added, there's 4 2x6s here, but this is still undersized with a beam. Structural stuff has to be addressed. This definitely has been paid attention to on some level. This tells me there's actually been some, either some effluence and some water leakage or some sort of hydrostatic pressure happening, although I don't see any wall movement. So maybe they're just having some water leaks. Got some work that's happening here, capped off a couple lines, and I'm not sure what's happening here. This is basically washer dryer. I mean, it's a work in progress. We've seen a lot of these. But the biggest caveat with this one is, where do you put more bedrooms and bathrooms? If you do it downstairs, then based on ceiling height, I need to make sure I don't touch anything that's open. I'm gonna get a good zap. You either have to underpin this, which means dig down below the existing footing and go down further so you can actually increase your ceiling height and actually make this truly livable. Or we got to figure out a configuration upstairs or a combination of that and adding on to the back. Now you start getting into a big number. and this becomes way less enticing to me. I mean, just work in general needs to happen. We've got several things, you know, it's like a half-done kitchen, sort of, just good enough. I really don't know what's going on with this one as far as, I mean, clearly someone's living here, but it says it's vacant. I don't know. Weird patch where there was an old access wall was removed. That's what this is. This is a beam that was put in at some point to open up a wall. It's probably just a door here before, but there's really nowhere to put a bedroom up here without an addition. So let's go out back and take a look at this situation. A lot of the lots around here allow for an ADU, detached garage with basically carriage house above. That's potential, but going back and looking at comps based on construction costs, I don't know if that's feasible. Okay, nice big backyard. Again, capability of doing an ADU on the lot. But I really can't tell you what is actually going on here. There's a house, lot, retaining wall of some sort has to happen here if you put an ADU here. Alley access right here. So all of those items are in place. The biggest trick is going to be cost of construction to do that type of scenario. You got to do a combination of ADU and an addition onto the house if you're going to go that route to actually make this more actually considered livable, because with bedroom downstairs, that ain't happening right now. Okay, so here's the problem with going back. Look how far back you have to reach into those rafters, and then see what I'm saying? So if you do that, you might as well pop the top, right? Because we're going to re-roof this. That's got to be reframed to come out. And if you're going to do all that work, you might as well just go up.
Yeah,
right?
I think the best way to do this one, it'll be at doing a second floor.
Second floor and then garage. Garage, and maybe even just, you could either build it for structure or frame the second story, but don't put a stairs up there like I was telling you on the other one. So you don't have to finish it, and then someone can come in and get a permit to finish that and sell it that way with plans or something. But yeah, this is the problem. Okay. They already did an addition. Yeah, if you can imagine that, that's how small that house was before, and that's assuming there was a bedroom up there, which like we saw. Studio. Yeah, it was tiny little guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's alley. Your little work shed. You use this until it's done.
So I was thinking, this is 4 and it's built something. The other empty lots is 200 and it's not been built.
Yeah. See why you keep going back and forth on these? Here, come downstairs. Watch your head right here.
Separate entrance.
Yeah, kinda. You like your little, this is your micro lamb. Here's the bedroom.
Okay. Oh, I see.
So they put an egress in here when they opened up the first floor.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's been a rental for a long time. I love the trim work, right? It's nice, huh?
No. They have no room for trim.
Yeah, I'm surprised they got away with this window.
Yeah.
That's tight.
What about here? There's no way that we can, no, right? We can do another egress and maybe put 1, 2, no?
It's too low.
A bathroom right here. We have the plumbing. It looks like somebody started.
Yeah, but ceiling height's not code now. Once you get rock in here, it's too low. So you'd have to either underpin it and dig down, right? Or go up. And I'll tell you, cost for either one, it's about the same. And it's easier to go up. Yeah. Especially when you're working with CMU. This gets really tricky to underpin.
Look, they marked thinking to do maybe another egress.
Yeah, I'm sure they were thinking about it.
They put in a window, they cut this. No, that's original. Right?
This is new. I think they replaced something in here.
This window's new. Yeah, this is not too old.
No.
Okay.
But they also were, you know, they're definitely, it's leaking a little bit.
I'm trying to patch it.
Is it? Yeah, it's pushing a little bit. See, I was wondering if they were getting water, so there's some hydrostatic pressure up against there. Like this is stepping out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bump up a little.
So
Okay.
there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Bueno.
Oh
Nice.
no.
Nice.
No. Look at that.
This is another one.
That's what you call a splice. There's like, he didn't even get here.
Nothing.
He didn't even make it. Oh,
Okay.
oh, that's okay. We know you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, this one's a head scratcher. I'm gonna have to go back, sit in front of the computer, work through some numbers, some really, really rough construction costs, double check that this lot particularly allows for an ADU, and then kind of back everything out and see where we'd be on an ARV, and based on construction cost, your construction budget, is it worth screwing around with this one or not? I don't know. Let's go back and take a look. All right, let's get crack-a-lack in here. It's weird. I have like a clean-shaved face. I don't know if I like it. All right, so let's get through this. I'm going to do this efficiently, but not too quickly where you guys can't see exactly how to run through and put together a quick budget to determine if this type of project is going to work. So this is the spreadsheet that I put together and I use to evaluate these flips. You can find this on either one of my websites. I'm trying to remember. I'll put it in the description below. It should be on the Build Beyond Real Estate Group website, but I'll drop it here and in the description below as well, so you guys can find it. It's easy, free. Just go to the page, download it. You can use the same one. Don't care. All right. So accepted bid. So I said that thing's listed at 400. I'm going to assume it's going to go for at least that, but for right now, we're just going to say 400 grand. Okay. Target retail. Now this is assuming that we're going to have to add square foot. You guys saw how that was going to work. So square foot has to be added to that house, and we have to have a bedroom. We have to have several bedrooms above grade in order for this thing to sell at the target price, which is going to be about $750. Okay. Realtor fee in here. That's going to be calculated. Again, this has everything already done for you. All the formulas are done. This is out as, I think, a 6%. Yep, right here, 6%. List side and buyer side. So, and then this will be calculated on the end. So we're going to go in here, starting with dumpsters. We're going to need a lot of dumpsters, 4 to 5 dumpsters at like $300 to $350 a pop. Let's just say 5, right? So 5 times 30. What is that, guys? What is it? Okay. I'm going to say $1,500 for dumpsters. Interior paint throughout. Now, this is assuming, again, that we're going to pop the top on this thing. And we're going to have a 2-story home, which will be around 2,000 feet if we keep the same envelope from the existing structure, 1,000 up, 1,000 down kind of thing. I'm not touching that basement except for just to fix structural issues if I had to. Interior paint is basically going to be a brand new home. All right. This is going to be, everything in here you're going to see is going to be labor and material unless it's broken out otherwise. So just go through this. If it just says one thing or the other, assume it's labor and material. Interior paint, we're going to be at like $6,000. Now, again, these numbers I know based on square foot in my head. You may have to, starting out, you may have to go and get estimates or at least start learning subcontract bid prices. You want to start contacting them, asking them questions, but you want to kind of know these things. You have to walk through it with somebody, then go ahead and do that. Exterior paint's going to be less, $4,500. It's going to have all new windows. Windows. Windows are going to be a big thing, especially when we're doing a brand new second story. This is labor material, probably going to be at $12,000. Patio slider, this is stuff I don't need to touch right now. We're gonna have a portable lab on site the entire time, about $100 a month, 4 to 6 months, just say $600. All right, so then we go siding, all brand new siding, including the existing exterior or existing first level, main level. So that's labor and material going in, and we're gonna be about $15,000 all in on this. Brand new roof, $12,000. Now the garage is going to be a little bit different because this is actually going to be an ADU. And like I was talking with Angel when we were on site there, building the detached garage in the back towards the alley, but also building potentially the second story carriage house ADU type scenario, but don't put stairs in, because if we don't put stairs in, then it's not actually going to have inspections yet. We're just going to frame a structure with no livable access. It'll just be framed out. We can't do any electrical, plumbing, or anything like that, but we can run all the utilities to the garage, and then someone can come in and finish it. That keeps my costs down, but has the ability to sell to somebody else with a set of plans for them to finish, just like they would come in and finish a basement, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going with garage with structure above, which would mean a 2-story structure, but it's not being finished. No rock or anything has to be done inside that structure. So we're looking at about $10,000 there. Plumbing is going to be for everything. Again, it's pretty much a brand new house. We're going to be at 16. Again, I kind of know some of these numbers approximately. New fencing, I'm going to let that go for now. Landscaping, I'll give myself a $2,000 budget. Deck, I think we're going to leave the deck alone and just do xeriscaping in the back. Flat work, we got to do some flat work up there. Electrical, this is all new electrical, including new service, because we got to add upgrade the service. Right now, it currently had a 100 amp service. That is not going to cut it with a brand new 2-story home. So we're going to do a 200 amp service. We're looking at about 17 grand right there. Labor and material. Interior doors, exterior doors. So this is all installed, pre-hung doors. About 175 a pop. Well, 110 to 175 a pop, depending on what type of door I do, plus about 175 to install and trim it. Let's just call it 350, and then we're going to do, let's say, 8 to 10. Let's call it 10, so $3,500. Exterior doors, let's go 2,500. That's going to be a mid-grade door with labor. Closet doors, another 500. Closet systems is what these are. So we'll have one for the master, 750. Countertops, this is fabrication and install. And this is me quartzite or some sort of man-made product. I don't do granite. I don't like granite. I don't like the fact that it gets ground out of the ground and it's ugly as sin anyway. We're not in the 90s anymore. So just check the date on that. Kitchen counters, or I can do reclaimed wood, butcher block, whatever. So we're going to look at prefab and install on that entire kitchen, which is probably going to be a little bit bigger than it is right now, but not much. So there's not a ton of kitchen counter in there. We're going to go 3,500. Cabinets, this is labor and install, 25. Kitchen fixtures, I'll give myself a $1,200 budget. Appliances, we got the builder grade package. Bathroom fixtures, these are all basically for the faucets and all your shower tub trims, so forth. We're not going to do any tubs, so there's probably going to be 2 to 3 plus faucets. I'll give myself, I'm going to go a little large on this. I can obviously spend more than that, but I won't. Vanities, same thing. Let's go 2,500. Toilets, we're going to need 2 to 3. $600. Not doing tubs. Equipment rental, anything that I need, especially for loading, unloading material. Forklifts, boom lifts, skid steer, little Dukes of Hazzard in the back probably. Maybe some monster truck madness. We need about $2,000 there for some of that. We're going to add all new wood floors, labor, material, $4,500. I just thought about something. Let's go 5. Carpet, I don't do it anymore. Tile. This is going to be all the tile throughout the house. This is just material because right below it is tile labor. I got to think about how many bathrooms, kitchen, backsplash, all that stuff goes in there. And usually I'll have a pretty decent allowance in here. Labor, we're going to go, sometimes that's just me, but we're going to go in there for that. I just thought about something else. Whoops, not 65,000. Insulation. So we're going to do a combination of bat and spray foam. Again, almost a brand new house. We got to do a lot of upgrading, air gapping. We got IECC requirements to hit in Boulder County and the city of Lafayette. Oh boy, oh joy. Some of that stuff's great. Don't get me wrong. Some of it is just a waste of money, and it actually is counterproductive. You've seen other videos I've done. I'm not going to get into that. I will digress from that. And insulation, labor, material, probably about $8,500 for that. Lighting fixture package. This is not recessed lighting or all the main lighting of the rooms in the home itself, but it does include interior, exterior, pendants, decorative lights, all that stuff. Well, I'll go $3,000. I can get a lot done for that. This is all my millwork material only. That's casing, that's base, that's case for exterior as well. On some of the stuff we would detail, the rest of it going to be included in the siding package. We're going to be 2-story, 2,200-ish, 2,000 feet. We're probably looking at $1,700 for what I'm looking to do. Stairs and railing. This is including building stairs, new treads, skirt board, trim, balusters, handrail, all that stuff, material and labor in this category. This is, a lot of this is actually really tight finish work. I like to have my finish carpenters on site for this type of work. They're not cheap, but you got to pay the guys that do the work, right? You got to pay the good ones. I usually, for that type of scenario, it depends on what type of layout we're going to have. Now, again, a lot of this is just simple math. We're not obviously trying to nail down numbers right now. If anything, go high. Don't be conservative with this on this level, because you want to see how tight you can squeeze your budget before you end up saying no way. Obviously, once you have plans in place, you can pull from the plans and do a better job of putting together a real budget. This is just a rough in my head, off the cuff kind of deal. So I'm gonna go $4,500 here for everything. Why does it say hot water heater? This is my favorite one. Everyone calls it a hot water heater. Now, what's funny about saying hot water heater? It's like saying 3 a.m. in the morning. It's repetitive. Of course, heating something is going to make it hot. It's not a hot water heater. Do you have a cold water heater in your house? Trust me, I love this one. I go down this road with people all the time. It's just a water heater. It's heating the water. Of course, it's going to be hot, right? So, sorry. I get off on that one, I guess. But I don't know why it's in there like that. It's funny. I'm making fun of myself, I guess. Water heater, new heater installed, and that's probably going to be a 50-gallon. It'll take care of us. Forced air, furnace AC. Now, I'm just going to go off of just doing a simple HVAC, forced air system. We're not looking at radiant heat or anything like that. So we're usually about 7,500 with AC. Washer, dryer, I'm going to leave that out for at least for now. Drywall, that's labor material for everything. 2-story, 2,000 square foot house. Plus, I got to have some fire rock in the garage. I'll do that ahead of time, even without finishing the second floor there. If we do that, we're probably at 14 now. Inflation's a bitch. So the rest of the HVAC, that's obviously covered in furnace and AC. I just include that here. You could split it up if you want for right now, and we're just, again, going fast. Now, this is all my other construction labor. Demo, RRP, any sort of general, like, awkward framing types of things. I don't have framing in this one, so that wouldn't be included in here. Anything that's not in these other categories, the day-to-day stuff, any of the finished carpentry that I didn't include anywhere else. There's a lot of guys here, right? So this is a number that's kind of hard to ballpark off the top of your head because you got to think about all that stuff. But generally what I like to do is I come back to this number once I fill in everything else and decide I can kind of get a scope based on a number at the bottom of how much that's going to cost me. It's like a percentage that I have in my head. Again, as you get good at these, or if you become a general contractor and do work, you kind of get an idea. It's never 100%, but you have a basic idea of what things cost moving into new projects. Just like anything, practice makes perfect, or at least practice makes better. So I'll come back to that. Construction materials, that's everything else I don't have in here. And I haven't broken this thing out because normally it's just for a normal flip. It's not for like a extensive one like this, where you would be adding a second story, building a brand new garage. There's other ways to do that. But we'll go and say that we're going to have $25,000. That's including lumber, so keep that in mind. Oh, whoops, I have lumber in here. It's been a minute since I've done this one. That's everything but lumber. So I'll go to this one first. Lumber's not going to be cheap, but we're coming down a little bit. I'm still up here. I don't do house wrap anymore. In fact, let's just delete this. I might have pulled up the old one. Sorry, guys. I'll make sure this is updated before I tell you to go find something. Structural materials. That's going to be any steel, beams, so forth. We're probably going to be about $3,000 on that. Whoops. So probably $3,000 in that. Fireplace, $2,500. We're going to have some abatement for sure, $1,700. Shower glass, $2,000. New mailbox. We don't need one there, actually. It's on the house. If we keep the door as is. We'll give ourselves a budget. Cleaning, $500. Get everybody ready to put on the market. Foundation work. Yeah, because we're adding a second story. That's all CMU construction. We're going to have some work in there for sure. That ain't going to be cheap. I'm going to ballpark this for now just because I know what it is. Again, this is something you would need to get into an architectural and engineering set, at least on the conceptual level, talking with an engineer and possibly an architect on what you're trying to do before you can get an estimate. If you don't understand what has to happen, then you won't be able to figure out a price. Don't just throw some random number at something. If you don't know, go ask the experts. I'm going to guess based on other ones we've had to do about that. Masonry work is going to be held out because we're doing this. Holding costs, that's all the utilities and taxes you're paying. That's not actually, because your loan payments will be down here. That's not your loan payment from a hard money lender or whoever. And if you're doing cash, good for you. You're still going to have some holding fees. So that's taxes and utilities, paying things to run while you're there. We're going to be there 4 to 6 months if we do this. So we're probably looking at $2,500 in there somewhere. Permits ain't going to be cheap. This use tax is bull. You know what? But I know exactly. Well, not exactly, but I know pretty damn close. That's a number, isn't it? It's stupid. And then I'm going to have contingency in here. Probably 15. Yeah. Loan payments. It's going to be about 12. We'll see. That's going to be $6,500 if I do it my way. All right. So there's your cost. This is supposed to be $850. So there's your cost. Actually, I went back. I realized I had the wrong comp in here. It should be $850. It could be more. I'm going to be a little conservative on this just based on the scenario we're going with. So number of bedrooms, we're going to end up with, it looks like I could do 4 probably. Bathrooms is probably going to be 3. Whoop. Come on. 3. That's only if you're replacing windows. This is for, a pop top, so it's a little bit different. All right, so there you go. If we get it at $400,000 and we sell it at $850, which is again a conservative, it could probably be get between $875 and $9. It just depends on exactly what ends up happening with this home as far as the build itself and the rehab. Rehab costs about $280,000 ish. And again, I went up on some of these numbers until I have an idea, but this gives me an idea of where we'd be at. All right, the initial in number, because the spread is about $450,000. So I'm looking to make around 118. Things can change. I could be as low as 80. I could be up in the 130s too. So I have my curbs set with this, and that's the point of running through one of these initially. And again, if you don't know a lot of these numbers, start asking questions. You can bring this to a job, print it out, and bring it to one of the properties you're looking at, right? And run through it with some of the subs that you're calling out to kind of have a look at it, whether it's even the engineer or the architect. If you're walking through something like this, you can run through some of these numbers and say, is this even a fair number to put to this? Always bump it up. A good rule of thumb is to say 10 or 15% more. And trust me, yes, you can trick yourself into taking numbers out and making it look really enticing. You can talk yourself into any deal. You can talk yourself out of any deal. But the bottom line is you want to make sure the number's fair, but a little aggressive on the high side. Once you get through your full budget, your real budget, that's once you're under contract and you can start walking this project with subs, with engineers, whoever else you need to bring in. Get that number down and then figure out due diligence wise, does this truly make sense or not? How far above this cost am I? Can I make it work? And then you go from there. So there you go, guys. That's how you run through one of these. Again, I can do them pretty quick just because I've done a lot of these. But asking questions is never a bad thing. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll keep you posted on this one. Go check out the Nook series as we start to build the container home up in the mountains. That's going to be exciting. And as always, make sure you guys hit the like button. Find the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that. Ring that bell for notifications so you can get more of these videos, more information out. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and as that's coming up right here. Until next time, guys, keep building.
This one is at
They
least
cut
half
all
an
this
inch.
out, but why? Why? Wow, this is...
That's crazy.
Yeah. This amount of butchering that happens in these little houses over the decades.
Always.
Phone.